Hello, my name is Toni Doolen. I currently serve as Dean of the Oregon State University Honors College, where I am also a professor in the School of Mechanical, Industrial, and Manufacturing Engineering. I am also an IISE Fellow. During this talk, I will share information about how to prepare a successful packet for IISE awards. IISE formally recognizes the accomplishments of prominent researchers and practitioners with a variety of honors that are presented at the IISE Annual Conference and Expo each May. During my remarks, I will be sharing recommendations for 4 different stages in the award packet preparation process. Specifically, I'll provide tips to consider in selecting the award, convening the team for preparing the award packet, managing the award packet preparation timeline, and seeking feedback on the award packet. Now we will visit the IISE website, hover over Communities, and select Awards and Scholarships. Then click on the Award Descriptions and Nomination Forms link. You can now view the full list of awards. You will want to review award details to identify the most appropriate award for either yourself or the candidate you plan to nominate. I have selected the Fellow Award to get more information as an example. It is important to closely read through the award requirements and submission deadlines. You can also find the names of past recipients by going to Communities, selecting Awards and Scholarships, and then clicking on Award Winners. You can search the award, name, and year. To determine the best award, the questions you want to ask include, first, does the candidate meet all eligibility requirements? Second, can we get letters of support aligned with the selection criteria by the submission deadline? Third, can we prepare a packet that demonstrates the candidate's qualifications in the time we have available? And finally, does the candidate have similar levels of experiences, achievements, and accomplishments as past recipients? Once you have identified the award, you can download the nomination form by clicking on the nomination link. The next step is to convene the team. This includes the candidate or nominee, the nominator, and those who will write letters of support. To make sure you have the right team, you'll want to ask a few questions. First, does the nominator have the expertise and access to the resources needed to steward the application process? Individuals who've received the award previously, for example, might be possible nominators. You might also find nominators who have worked with or collaborated with the nominee, as they may be able to navigate their own and the nominee's network to prepare a strong package. It is important to make sure that someone on the team can facilitate access to individuals who are best suited to write the required letters of support. Since it is important that those writing letters of support have deep familiarity with the candidate, you might consider coworkers of the nominee or other IISE volunteers who worked with the nominee, or eligible leaders who work closely with the nominee. Current or past supervisors of the nominee may also be well suited to write a strong letter of support. It is important to have a candid conversation with your nominee and those who are willing to write letters of support about whether this award cycle is the right time to put forward the candidate. Sometimes a delay of a year or 2 might produce a stronger application. Where is the candidate in their career right now? Is a promotion on the horizon that might make this individual even stronger a year from now? Is the candidate working on a project or an effort that will wrap up in the next year, allowing more tangible results aligned with the award criteria to be added to the award packet? While you certainly don't want to delay a nomination indefinitely, this is the time to critically evaluate whether the timing makes sense. It is also important to make sure that the candidate has the time and support needed to prepare any background materials required for the application, and enough time to prepare these materials in advance to assist those individuals who are writing letters of support. Some roles, like academic faculty, are required to update their resumes or CVs on an annual basis. If a candidate has not updated their resume or CV for several years, it can be a significant time commitment to prepare the supporting materials. If it will take 6 months for the candidate to prepare updated materials, you might not be able to provide those writing letters of support the time they need to prepare strong letters of support. It is important to remember that members of the IISE Board of Trustees, the Honor Steering Committee, and the institutions they represent are ineligible for consideration for any honor or award during their terms of service, with few exceptions. Please pay close attention to these details as you finalize your team. Now that you have the award selected and the team identified, you need to create a timeline for the team. You can find details about the timeline for award submissions from the award and scholarship website and selecting the timelines link. Most nominations must be submitted to IISE by December 1st. There are other key dates for awards in the publishing categories and for IISE competitions. For awards with December 1st due dates, completed award packets are given to selection committees in early January, decisions are made in mid-March, and then award recipients are notified shortly thereafter to enable recipients to attend the IISE Annual Conference and Expo in May, where awards will be presented and award recipients will be recognized. Based on the published deadline for the selected award, it is important to carefully review the requirements and develop a plan to ensure that each required element will be completed in time to support the submission of a strong award packet. You will also want to confirm with the team that they can commit to the schedule. I highly recommend that each award requirement be assigned an owner and that due dates are agreed to in advance. Also, it's important to anticipate delays for the unexpected and leave the team with at least 2 to 3 weeks before the final due date to review all materials, giving the team plenty of time to seek edits or changes in advance of the submission deadline. Once you have a full award submission packet, detailed proofreading is essential. A second set of eyes will help ensure all elements have been covered and that all materials are consistent within the packet. Past award selection committee members and previous recipients are great potential reviewers. You should be sure to provide these individuals with plenty of advance warning as to when they will have a packet to review and when you need their feedback. It is also helpful for you to clarify what sort of editorial feedback you hope they will provide. So now we have covered selecting the award, convening the team, managing the timeline, and seeking feedback. I would like to close with a few final thoughts to consider before you submit the packet. Selection committee members will have hundreds of pages of information to review in a short amount of time. It is critical to adhere to all page limits and other formatting requirements. Throughout the process, work to be concise in the written materials you develop and never lose sight of the importance of clearly communicating why a candidate is deserving. Give the team and any reviewers plenty of time to expand on or further condense pre-existing materials. While it can be helpful to start with materials previously prepared for other purposes, be relentless in the editing process to include only information that is aligned with the award requirements. Within narrative portions of the application, make it easy for reviewers to connect the information you're providing directly to the selection criteria. Add headings or use language directly from the award details within your award packet. Don't leave the selection committee guessing what was meant. Finally, be sure to provide explicit directions for those writing letters of support. It is helpful to summarize not just the award selection criteria, but but also the nominees' qualifications that you wish for them to discuss within their letters of support. Make yourself available to answer questions as they work on their letters. IISE Honors and Awards recognize the outstanding and important work of distinguished industrial and systems engineers around the world. Members are highly encouraged to utilize this process. As an IISE fellow myself, I've had the pleasure of supporting several of my colleagues, either by reviewing application materials or writing letters of support. Another important role is to reach out to your colleagues, asking them to support your nomination or encouraging them to be an award nominee. There's no greater feeling than watching a deserving colleague be recognized. Questions and clarifications related to the IISE award process can be directed to IISE staff at cs@iise.org or honors@iise.org. Thank you for watching.